let's get going. Thank you, everybody, and good morning. We are happy to have you. Thanks for taking the time to join us. We are grateful. Today, we want to run through what we as SmartSapp are doing to help schools minimize the impact of COVID-19 on the academic fortunes of our kids. That is what we've been doing during the whole lockdown period. We're home, but we're working, we're thinking, we're trying to figure out ways to help schools better cope with the new norm. And that is why we came out with the SmartSapp Class. In coming out with SmartSapp Class, we took time to understand the actual issues that the Ghanaian schools are facing when it comes to implementing remote learning. We observed and we saw what the issues are, so we came out with a solution that actually addressed the issue. So you realize that the platform just works in the Ghanaian way. So if you are probably not a Ghanaian, you might not understand why the platform is working that way. But if you are a Ghanaian and you are a school owner or a teacher in Ghana, you will understand why we build a platform to work the way that it's working. We've been doing a lot of work on that, and so far so good. We've done all our testing, all our Q&As, user testing, everything, and everything works. And then we're very confident that it's going to minimize the impact and to help make remote learning a lot more fun. Okay, so we're just going to go to About Us. We're going to look at remote learning and the challenges that we saw before developing the platform. We're going to look at, is e-learning going to be forever, or it's going to just be one of the things that will pass? We'll look at the structure of remote learning, and we'll look at our solution. How does our solution fit into that structure? And we'll look at the benefit of our platform. We're doing some other stuff as well, and then besides just the e-learning. Our offer, we're going to let you know how we can help your school start your e-learning if you haven't started yet. And for those who've started, we'll let you see, we can help audit your remote learning to let you know what needs to be improved, what's working well, what's not working well, where are you lagging, and all those kind of things. And how do you get started? We'll explain that to you. And then you have a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please note them down. Okay. So About Us, we started as a managed support services company, and we've been doing business with Newmont, two Newmont sites, Goldfields, and some other mines in West Africa. And we provide technical support services for these companies. We support some of their most critical operations, and then we provide a 24/7 service. So there's no sleeping for us. So when it comes to service delivery 24/7, I think we have a bit of experience. We've been doing it for the past 8 years. Until 2017, when we spotted a need in the school system where we realized that child security wasn't really handled the way that we think it should be. So we came out with a product called SmartSapp, which basically helps schools avoid or prevent child kidnapping. We found a way to allow schools to record kids as they are being dropped off in real time with the person who's dropping them off and at what time and all that. And when they are picking them up, we're able to identify the persons picking them up as authorized to do so. And by doing that, we actually help the schools to see the pictures and identities of these people, and they can actually see that these people are actually authorized by the parents of these kids to pick them. And when they do pick them, immediately we alert the parents that, hey, your kid was picked by Mr. A or Mr. B at this time and all that stuff. So this is what we've been doing to help the schools and some other stuff with the schools. But for today, we are strictly going with the e-learning platform, and which is a response to the current COVID situation that we think we should be able to help make the impact of COVID-19 minimal on the academic fortunes of our kids. Now, remote learning structure. So for a remote learner, it's a process. It's not just a 10 key thing. You have to structure like the way your school used to run. You need to have the admin, the teachers, the cleaners, the security, the supervisors, the head, and everything. It has to be structured in a similar fashion. But our platform goes into that process and serve a particular need. So you have the live teaching platform and technology, creating interactive classwork, distributing interactive class, assessment of understanding, giving feedback and assessment and all that. So that is where our platform actually comes in. What were some of the remote learning challenges that we identified? As a parent myself, one of the biggest problems I had was the assignments and learning materials and the textbooks and all these were usually sent via either WhatsApp or email or something else. And I have to always print them for the kids to complete the work and to read, and I have to scan them back to the teacher. Now my problem was, it was difficult really keeping track with what assignment is completed, what is not completed. And I pity the teachers because it's difficult for the teacher to, from WhatsApp, to be getting all these assignments and grading them. I really think it's just overwhelming. Both parents and teachers, it wasn't easy. And those of you who are heads of schools and teachers, I'm pretty sure you had complaints from your parents that it's getting too much. And for me, honestly, it was just too much. I couldn't keep up. So I said, no. We need to do something about it. So we built our platform to take care of all these things. So we made it such that there should not be any need for any parent to print anything. There should not be any need for the teacher to really hassle too much with grading. We've made our grading automated. You just hit a button, and if you have 100 kids in your class, it is graded, and the results return back to the kid. And the teacher can focus on doing much more productive things, which is their core business of teaching and preparing to teach the kids and stuff like that. So that is the way that we try to solve the problem. How long will remote learning be with us? What do you think? Because we want to keep the webinar straightforward, I'll probably wait till the end. You can tell me what you think. But what we think is that remote learning is with us forever. We don't think it's going to change. Why do we say that? With coronavirus, what we look at, or our estimations, is that school can return to normal operations probably a year from now. But when we talk about normal operations, it's not going to be like you're still going to have the same way of, your normal 8 hours or 12 hours in school and all the things going on. It's going to take a long time. What we see is that there's going to be a hybrid between a normal school and remote learning. You might not agree with us, that's fine. But that is the projections that we see as it stands now. So if you're going to make any investment or set up any infrastructure, set it up with that in mind. That this is, not just setting up for 6 months or 3 months or a year. It's going to be there forever. And we see that actually people are even going to move schooling online. You don't be surprised in a year time or 6 months down the line, someone actually launch a complete online school where your kids just have to be at home and then they can school from home. Don't be surprised to see that. And if you're a school owner, I think this is something you should start looking at, because it is the way to go. And we are from Minex and SmartSapp, we think that going down, there will not be the need to send your kid to a school. There will be people who will launch schools, so someone can launch a school sitting in the US, and I can enroll my kids in Ghana, and then they can go through from class 1 all the way to the university without having to step foot anywhere. So that is the way we see this thing going, and coronavirus just fast-tracked it. That is all that coronavirus did. It was going to happen anyway, but coronavirus just fast-tracked the process. That is all that it did. Okay, so now we want to just take a look right into how the platform actually works. How does the platform help teachers? How does it help address the issues that we said it addresses? So I'm going to let Erica, our senior product manager, she's going to run us through. So let's say you are a teacher, you've done your teaching online, you've used Zoom or Hangout or any other service. Now you have to send either reading material, you have to send books, you have to send assignments, whatever you want to do. She's going to take us through step by step how our platform actually helps teachers to do all that. And on our platform too, she will show us how you can actually take exams on that platform. And then we also have a whole e-library, where all the textbooks are. The kids can just go and do that. We also have a feature where the kids can actually go in, and for you to be able to see in real time that the kids are actually following the classes. And so much more. So she's just going to give us briefly how that is done, and then we take it from there. So Erica, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Frank. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. I'll kindly share my screen and go right ahead. I'm going to walk through the process of how you can create assignments and submit to all your students, how the students are going to actually answer these questions online without the need for downloading it on paper and then uploading it back to you. And then I'm also going to take you through the process of how you can grade easily, quickly, and give the feedback that you wanted to give for the lessons that have been taught. From the teacher's portal, a teacher can create classwork by going to SmartSapp Class. I have some classwork created already. You will not see this if you come from scratch, right? So you go to new classwork, and then you can create new assignments, or you can create a new quiz. I have prepared some assignments down or some quizzes down already, so we don't waste time. So by clicking on new quiz, you will be presented with a screen like this. For this screen, you can select the kind of questions you want to create. For multiple choice, it means you have a question and some possible answers that the students are going to choose from. So you keep adding the questions. You can keep adding as many questions as you want. For the sake of the presentation, I've just created 3 questions. For each question, you have the possible answers, and you have to select which one is the correct answer to help with the automatic grading of the quiz. You can put in the marks for each question, and as you put in the marks, we automatically calculate the number of questions you have in this quiz and then the total marks for the quiz. Once you go through the process of creating all your quiz, you can go ahead and submit it or publish it. To publish it, you need to give the quiz a title so the students can understand or can relate to what you want them to be. You assign it to some subjects that you have created. For this example, I'm choosing language arts, and I'm putting it under the topic phonics. Now, when do I want this quiz to actually show up to the students? It starts today, and it starts at 11:45. This quiz is going to end at 12:30. Let me make it 12:45 so that it's an hour quiz, right? Now, which students are supposed to get this quiz? The students that are in the MyNext 360 campus. And then I selected almost all the students from grade 1 all the way to crèche. Now, I can go ahead and then just send this quiz to my students. And then that's it. Your quiz has been scheduled successfully. Let's go through the process of creating an assignment. For an assignment, I'm going to go through the same process. I select that I want to create an assignment from here, and I'm presented with this screen. For this assignment, I want them to be short answers and a multiple choice question. So I selected a short answer, provided my question, and provided the marks. Let's say that this assignment requires that you show an image. So it says there were 3 mice in a band. So I have a picture of some mice. So my students can actually relate to, let me just use this. So I've attached an image that I want to relate to this question. I can do so by attaching for all other questions if it requires that it's pictorial. Like I explained before, for multiple choice, it requires that you provide the correct answer so that it can be automatically graded. So that's why I'm being told that I need to select a correct answer for this question. I choose my correct answer. And then for an assignment, it's not time-based. For the quiz that we did, we had to put a time base so that you can time your students to know that they are being assessed in the right way. For an assignment, you just have to choose when you want the assignment to be submitted by. I'm saying that next week, Tuesday, I want all students to be able to submit this assignment. Now, as a teacher, you probably are planning a lot of assignments, a lot of quizzes, right? So you can say that I'm going to schedule this assignment that even though I'm creating it today, the students should be able to see this assignment on the 10th. Even though the date for submission is on the 14th, I want them to see it on the 10th, right? So you can schedule and plan all your assignments. You can select the time that you want them to see this assignment. And then that's it. Your assignment is scheduled, as we have seen here. Now, as a parent of the students, I'm going to get notification on all these assignments that have been created. I get a notification and I click on that.
Yeah, from here, you can see from the teacher's side, the teacher can see clearly all assignment that he or she has sent or published, and she can also see all scheduled assignments. So at a glance, you see everything right away. So you don't need to be overwhelmed with which one is due when and all. It's all streamlined. So we're now going to move to the student portion where you can see what the student sees and what the student does when they get these assignments. So Erica, continue.
Thank you very much, Frank. So as a student, I log into my beautiful portal. I see all the reading materials or assignments, activities that have been created for me to submit. From here, I can quickly move to all the assignments I'm supposed to work on.
Just a quick one. This particular interface is such that when the student logs in, this is a student page, so the student can access the portal through the web. So on their tablet or laptop or desktop, whatever they are using. So the student have their login details, so they just log in. And when they log in, it's personalized to them. So it's going to be welcome, Abena, or whoever. And what happens is that they are going to see all the activities, assignments, quizzes, learning materials. So if the teacher has sent assignment, they will see. If the teacher has sent quizzes, they will see. If the teacher has sent either a textbook or some learning material, video or whatever, they will see. And when you look down at which subject, you see the different subjects. You have science, environmental study, creativity, and all that. So you can see all the, and when you look in there, you can see activities, 3. Look at science. You can see activity, you have 3. You have reading materials 2. So when the teacher has sent you 3 activities, the teacher has sent you 2 reading materials. You can see the next one, environmental studies. You have 1 activity, there's no reading material. Creativity, there's no activity, but there's reading material. So an activity could be an assignment, a quiz, kind of thing. So what happens is, as when you come in, so if it's your school, you are going to create all your subjects, and the subject is per campus or per class, and then all that is sorted properly. So this is the home page the student sees, and it's designed according to your subjects and stuff like that. So Erica will go straight up to what the student sees when the student comes in.
Thank you very much, Frank. So as a student, I want to submit an assignment that has been created for me to my teacher. So I clicked on assignment, and then I come and I see all the assignments that are either due today or due later. I also see all the quizzes that have been created for me to submit. This is the one that we just created some few minutes ago, right? I also have the options to just be going through. I can just finish this, finish that, and go through. So we'll quickly go and submit a quiz, right? The quiz has already started, and it gives me a timer, a countdown of how long I'm supposed to take to finish this quiz. It started at 11:45, so I'm a bit late, and I'm supposed to finish this in an hour. It has 3 questions, and this quiz is 25 marks in total. So as a student, I want to start answering, right? So if Ryan has 45 cherries and gives 15 cherries to his sister, Roselle, how many are left? I think the answer is 30. For this, I'm going to select a wrong answer. And then I'll choose, I think Joe is fatter than Piku. I'll go ahead and submit my test to my teacher. That's it for a student to submit a test. For a short answer question or a short answer assignment or quiz, I can actually type in here, assuming the student wants to write on paper and upload as well, or maybe fill it some way, maybe in Excel or in Word or some other requirement that is required. They can go ahead and attach whatever file that they have, whether it's a picture or whatever document they have, they can go ahead and attach it here very easily. So what is erosion? I think I finished school long time ago. Let me just... So that's my answer for what erosion is. I'll repeat the same answer here and the same one here. I know I'm going to fail this assignment for sure. As a student who is working on assignments, maybe the assignments take some time, I can save this assignment and submit it at a later time, or I can go ahead and submit the assignment now to my teacher. So for students, this is how they actually go through the process of submitting assignments to their teacher. Since we are here, let's assume the teacher has marked these assignments I already did and has given me some feedback as a student. How do I see that? I can go to the marks section, and from here I can see all assignments or quizzes that have been graded by my teacher and returned to me. So let me go and see what my marks were. I know I got 12 over 20. Let me go and see if my teacher left any feedback. So for each question, you'd see the student's submission and what the correct answer is with a check. If it is wrong, the students see that their answer was wrong and what the correct answer was supposed to be. They can actually go through this process, and if there was any feedback, they would see it. We would go through the process of how feedback is given and how it will be shown by the student later. So let me quickly run through the teacher actually now receiving the submitted assignments from the students and grading it, and how easy and comfortable this platform gives you. Okay, so I'm going to go to the assignments that I've created. I have 13 submissions from my students. I know there are about 225 more who needs to submit this assignment. I haven't marked any, so I have to go ahead and mark. Now, I see all the submitted work and the names of the students here, right, and the time they submitted. Now, I want to go ahead and just automatically grade it and return to the students.
Take the select off. There's one thing that as teachers you should look at here. That's the auto-grading feature, which takes away a huge burden from teachers. If you want to grade the assignment one by one, you can do it. If you want to grade in bulk, you can do it. So let's go ahead and do the grading. So select just one student. So for one student, the assignment comes and you can review. So you can review. If you want to give any comment, give us a comment. So you can click and give a comment to that answer. If there's something you want to tell, you can give a comment. To the right side, you can see, you can give a comment for the whole assignment for a particular student if you want to do that. Okay. Also, you can do all those kind of things for a student. Now, if you want to just mark like in group, you don't want to waste your time going to, because it's all objectives and there's no need wasting time doing that. You can just go and select all of them that I've just submitted with just one click. The moment you select that, on select again, on select. Okay, can you see anytime we on select, the auto grade goes off? Select again, the auto grade comes. So once we hit the auto grade, it's going to grade. If you have 1,000 students, it's going to grade all of them at once and return the assignment to all of them. So you just go and say you are able to auto grade this homework because it's all objectives and all that. If there was short answers in there, we will not allow you to auto grade, because when you auto grade, we cannot grade the written assignment because you need to review the written assignment and give feedback before you can actually get the total marks. So, but when it's all objective, you can auto grade. If it's short answers, you need to go and grade the short answers before you can actually do the grading, because we'll detect that there are short answers you need to review. So, so we'll auto grade. So please auto grade. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, it's auto graded. The assignments have all been returned back to the student. So just with a click of a button, all the gradings are done. Everything returned to the students, and they receive the assignment. At this point, the parents have received notifications that these assignments have been graded and returned, and they can actually access this through their app. The teachers, parents, students are all synced in one. So the parent can see all the assignments that have been graded, the ones that are pending, the ones that are due, the ones that are yet to be done, everything. It's all well controlled, and the parents are receiving alerts through the app, alert through email, alert through SMS, any way that you want. So everybody is in the loop. So parents can actually monitor what is going on. They can see the children are learning. The children will do the assignment at their own time and submit. The parents can now check, oh, I can see one assignment is overdue here. This one you haven't submitted. Oh, this one is graded. Parents just need to go through it just on their phone or tablet or PC and just guide the student. So no need to be printing and doing all those kind of things. Erica, continue.
Thank you very much, Frank. So we have gone through a process of just auto-grading a bunch of multiple choice questions. So what if the question has some multiple choice questions, and it also has a short answer. This one was the same as a multiple choice question, but then a teacher gets to see the wrong answer from the students and gets to see which one was also correct, right? And can give the feedback as we have already shown before. So even though this can be auto-graded, we understand that sometimes the whole goal of assessments and assignments is to provide feedback for the students. So some teachers or some assignments require that even though you can auto-grade, you would want to go through one at a time. You can still go ahead, give your feedback as you have given here, and still just return to only these students so that you don't have to be forced to do it in bulk, even though this is a multiple choice question. You can just go ahead. If you don't want to give any comments, you don't. If you want to give comments because maybe this student has a special need, so you have to relate to the student on a personal level, you give your comments and you can return to only this student. For the one that was just submitted, let me see. So this one has a short answer question. So this is an example of what Frank said. Explained, we can't just auto-grade for you because you have to go through and then check the answers. So for this answer, I want to say I'm giving the student 4 out of 4, and for this one, 3 out of 4, maybe 4 out of 4 again, and then 5 out of 4. For each one, I can provide all the comments I want to provide for the student to keep going, right? I can save this and just go ahead, save, and then I've marked this assignment or this quiz, right? Now, to the student side again, for an assignment or a quiz that has been marked with comments, right? How would they be able to see that? So I wrote better luck, keep going. The student actually sees this comment. Then the overall comment, if it was there, would show here as the teacher's feedback. Everything is as simple as that to the students. They can get the feedback and whatever it is that you wish would help them in the assessment, you are able to achieve that with these things. So I think that is all at a high level for the demonstration of how quizzes, assignments, and the learning materials that, if submitted, would show here. If I submitted a learning material from the portal, let's say it's on some content about avoidance of pain. If I uploaded as many images as it is, I will be showing the students can see all the images, they can see all the content, they can read right from here, right, for whatever reading material that you posted to them. If the reading material was on, let's say, history, and it's about maybe something that has links, so you can put links to YouTube videos, anything you want. When you are creating the content for the learning material, you can attach PDF files, videos, documents, so the students can have everything they need to go through the platform and learn as you are expecting them to learn, so they can be assessed accordingly to the lessons that you provided. So I think I would end here and then give the baton back to Frank to.
Okay, so what we've seen is a teacher is trying to create a test, an exam, an assignment. We've seen how that works. Now the teacher wants to send learning material. We've seen how that works. So we've seen the student, no need to print anything, just do everything and you submit online, easily, simple. Teacher can grade, take off the whole burden of going through papers and all these things. We've seen when you submit, it comes in your name, the teacher grades and it goes back to everybody. So it's all streamlined, completely streamlined. No teacher should ever be overburdened, overwhelmed with things coming in left and right and all that. It should be as simple and as straightforward as possible. Now, one other thing that we need to know is, one, at the top you can see home, you can see learn, you can see activities, you can see academic reports, you can see library, you can see timetable. All these things are part of the package that we have for this particular platform. So let's go through them one by one. So the home page is where you come and see all the subjects. You can see if I have assignment, I don't have assignment, or whatever. I can see at a glance and I know what to do. Now let's go to learn. Okay, so learn is where you see all the learning materials that your teacher has sent to you. So you can go there and access any type of learning material you send to the student. They can go in here, and then on their laptop they can go through all the learning materials, and if there's quiz to be done, they can go and do the quiz and all that. So well streamlined. So activities. So activities is where you actually go and see all your activities. You can see the to-do, the things that are all sent to you that you are supposed to do. You see all of them there. You see your submitted one, all the works that you have submitted. You see all of them there. When you overdue will tell you all assignments or projects or tests or quizzes that are overdue. You see all of them there. And then you see the due date was June 5th. And you also see the marks. You see all the assignments that were marked and returned to you, and you can see your scores and everything there. If you want to review and see the details, you click in there, and then you can, it will open up for you. You can go through and see the ones that you got wrong and why you got them wrong and everything. You can see all the comments the teacher has sent and all that. So you can see all those things. So better luck, keep going and all that. So you see all this. So you can give all sort of feedback to your students, easy and simple. Okay, so with activities, when you go in here, so you can filter to see just quizzes alone or just assignments alone or a particular subject. So quizzes, you just filter to quizzes. Assignment, just to assignment. If it's subject, you just say, okay, I want all just this subject. I want to see only French. Only French assignment. It will just say, do I have any French? Nothing on French. Okay, and that is it. All right. So you can search for all subjects, whatever. It's so versatile. It's so versatile. Okay. Academic reports. With academic reports, what we simply do there is, as you are grading these students, as you are doing all the marking and sending back, we are pulling all the information and we are populating the children one by one. So just pull one. So I'm picking grade 3, and then I can see. So these are all the assignments the person has done. From the beginning, we are accumulating the assignments, the class exams, and all that. We are scoring all of them, and you can actually see all that report is done. The teacher doesn't have to do anything. The whole report card is automated. So the parent sees this report card. The moment the teacher publishes, the parent is seeing this from their mobile app. Those who are familiar with the SmartSapp app will know what I'm talking about. So from the app side, the parents are actually seeing everything. So the teacher doesn't need to print report cards and all. You don't need to do that. If for some reason the teacher wants to print, there is a print button at the top there. So the teacher can just print that report card and that's it. Besides, you don't need to actually print. And for this student, you can actually see for different first term. You can see for second term. You can see for third term. And all that. So let's say the kid started from KG1. You can actually go through and see in KG1, first term, third term, everything is well streamlined all the way to the end. So you can follow this student from the time they entered all the way to the end. Everything is streamlined, completely streamlined. Okay. And now one other interesting thing is library. With library, what we've simply done is you can actually upload the content of all the textbooks for the term or whatever you want to do. So those textbooks, the kids can go in. If it's math, they can actually go chapter by chapter. So all these are all the textbooks that you can upload, and they have access to all of them online. So there's no need having physical or hard textbooks. All the textbooks recommended, we can just connect and then pull the soft copies, and the children have access to these ones. So when they're in the library, they can read the books that the teacher has sent to them, or they can actually go into the bigger library where you can have different books, and the kids can access any of those books and read. Okay, so right now this particular kid is reading this book, the Jungle Book. When the kid is reading the book, we track the way the kid is reading. So wherever you stopped, we will keep a stop there. When you click that book, we'll let you know where you stop. So when you look there, you can see reading 73%. the kid has read up to 73%. So if this kid click on that book, you can resume or continue reading. So it takes you to exactly where you stopped the last time, and you continue to read from there. If you want to go back and start, that's up to you. But we'll keep track of where you stopped, and when you come in, you can continue from there as well. So you can also upload videos in the library, anything that you want. We just help you set up your library, and your students have access to the library. If whether they are KG, kindergarten, whatever, the content that you put up, it's up to you. Whatever content you want, you put that up for the kid. Now, one of the actual interesting thing is a timetable. So let's say you are doing virtual learning now. You can have a timetable where you schedule, okay, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, these are the subjects that we are going to be doing. And you schedule everything. Now, this particular timetable is available to all parents on the app, so they see what the kids will be doing. So as I told you, you need to set up the online learning same way as if it's the actual school. So parents should be able to follow, because the problem why you ask parents to pay fees and they are resisting is the fact that they don't see what you are doing. But they can see the lessons are scheduled, they can see the kids are doing the assignment, they can see the assignment coming in, they can see everything going on. Why would they say they won't pay the fees? They will pay the fees. You see, now, so when it's time for a particular lesson, the student get a notification, the student just comes in and click on what you are seeing, say go to class. When you hit go to class, immediately we mark that student as present for that particular class. So the teacher on their side can see for every class that I've streamed, these were the students that joined the class. On my math class, these were the students that joined. For my English, these were the students that joined. So we're able to keep track. Right now, if I ask any school owner, since you run the remote classes, what is the participation rate? How many students joined each day? Do you have those records? On a daily basis, we don't have. We've automated that process. The moment the student comes in here, the only way the student can join the class is by clicking here, go to class. Because when the teacher creates the link on Zoom or Hangout or any streaming, take it to the portal, post it in there, and we send that in this format to the student. So the only way the student can go into the class is by clicking go to class here. Or the student can click and say absent request and say I won't be present, I'll be absent, and give a comment why he or she will be absent. And then the teacher knows. If it's poor network at my area, I'll just click and let you know there's poor network. So the teacher can see these students have poor network at their area, so they know what the issue is. And at the same time, as you do your class, you record and then you can upload, and then the student can have access as well. So that is the way it works. So the parent can actually follow to see what students are doing at any time. The principal or head of school can actually monitor in real time to see attendance or students that are actually following the classes online and those not following the classes online. All that is made so easy and so simple for the schools to actually handle. Okay, so we're going to exit from the class platform onto the presentation. Okay. So with the child security module, as I've already explained, the secure drop-off and pick-up with speed, attendance taking, absent and lateness request. If a kid can't come, immediately the parents can send you and then say, hey, my kid can't come and all that, so you know what to do. Follow-up request, if the kid is not in school, immediately we send an automatic message to the parents asking them why is the kid not in school. They can respond back to you and everything is in order. Notifications to parents when there's a pickup or a drop-off that happening. You can go to our website, smartsapp.com. It's at the top there. Here, just type there right now. You can go and see all details. Now, one other thing that we've introduced as a result of COVID is what we call the social distancing enforcement. What we've done is that we've made it possible now for school to decide how many parents should be at their premises at any given time. That is using our app. So with our social distancing enforcement, parents do not need to get out of their car to pick their children. No, we make it automated. By the time you get there, the child is ready and waiting for you. They just scan you and authorize that you are authorized to pick, and then you go. And we keep records of everything. Now, what that does for us is that, let's say a particular pickup person or parent or someone is tested positive, immediately you can know that this parent has been in my school 10 times, 5 times with these children. So immediately the contact tracing starts right there. So you can tell these children are in these classrooms and these are the people that they are in contact with. Immediately you can enhance your contact tracing right away. Because remember, with COVID, speed is the essence. Because the quicker and the earlier you can do the contact tracing and stop the spread, the better. If not, your whole school is going to be taken down if you don't have the data and the record. So we'll build a system to actually enhance that. Number one, to make sure you don't have plenty parents coming in, getting down and coming to mix with your staff, by making sure that parents do not get down. They get and the children are ready, they join and then they go with. When in case any of them is positive, immediately you know when they've been in your school, who they brought and all that, and you can start your contact tracing and isolation right there. Now, the other thing we've developed during this period is the COVID risk rating. We've included in the app a COVID rating where we can rate the child as high risk for COVID or low risk. When it's high risk, we advise the parent not to bring the child, and immediately we alert the school that one of your kids is high risk. So they should immediately call for a test before that child can start coming to school. So we actually keep real track of everybody. So if you want this to be done daily, or if you want it to be done twice a week, once a week, it's up to you to decide. And it's just localized to just your school and your parent. So you can make sure that everybody is tracked. One other thing that we are going to put in is, if you want to take the temperatures of children, we can give you the ability to actually record those temperatures in the app as well. So you can see the temperature trend of the kids every day as they come in and all that. So all that is taken care of. The contact tracing is enhanced. Your social distancing, we've taken care of it. The child security is working. COVID-19 risk rating is there. You decide if you want to use it or you don't want to use it. It's up to you. Okay? How can we help you? Let's say, for example, you haven't started your e-learning platform. We can get our team to work with you to start from beginning. What exactly should you be doing? How do you engage your parents? How do you know how many kids have tablets, laptops? How do you get laptops to your teachers? How do you prepare the material? How do you structure the whole thing? We can help you, work with you from beginning to end to structure and put it in place so that it can start. Because we are all learning. It's a learning process where we are all confused in the way. Yeah, we don't know how to deal with this. And the only way that we can win over COVID is if we work together, if we help each other. That's the only way that we can win over COVID. If we go in individually, we're not going to win. We will lose. So, united, we will win. Divided, surely, we will conquer.